Hi everyone, it's Hidesh. Today we're going to take a look at a very famous game. It's the last game of the 40th Meijin title match in 1982. Black is Hifumi Kato, the challenger, and white was Nakahara, the Meijin. And this was really a big game and a historic one, because you'd think this is the 7th game since I said it's the last game, but the fact is it isn't. It is the 10th game. Can you believe that? Yeah, that means they had 3 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draw games before that. The first game was an impasse after 223 moves, and the 5th and the 7th games were repetition draws. Incredible. And if Kato beats Nakahara in this game, he becomes the new Meijin. Yeah, he finally becomes a Meijin for his first time, beating the great opponent who's been holding Meijin for years. So all Shogi fans paid attention to this historic match. Okay, here we go. The opening was Yagura opening, but it's a little bit of an old type of Yagura Joseki. You see Black's rook pawn is already pushed here. But it's basically an old Joseki, so they go along with it. Alright, both Yagura castles made. Then silver goes up to 3g, so bishop comes over to 6d. And bishop 6h, and they castle. 2b and 8h. Okay, pawn to 8e, and pawn to 1f. Okay, so this Joseki, the piece structure of Black on the right side, this is called Kato style. What he's trying to do is he doesn't develop his 0 to 4g yet, 4f yet. And he waits by pushing these pawns. And what he's doing is he wants to see if white moves the silver to this way or this way before that. So here Nakahara makes the silver move to 7c, which means he's going to attack Black's camp. And after seeing that move, in Kato's style, silver goes up to 4f. Because if white moves the silver to defend the king side, this attack won't easily be successful. Okay, and well, of course, white can push this pawn because this silver is pinned along this diagonal, but then silver can just simply go back, and then after that Black can attack the 4f square. So white basically doesn't do that, and what Nakahara does here is pawn to 7f. 7e he attacks, so pawn trade here, so Black can develop his knight to 3g. Silver to 7d, a very good square for a silver, but Black goes for the 5th file. Pawn sacrifice first, and then Black swings the rook over to 5h, going to that file. But looking at this move, Nakahara makes a very harsh attack. A very interesting idea of pawn to 8f. Yeah, Black takes with the silver, but you know what? He took it. He took the silver on 8f, and pawn recaptures. Well, the reason he did that is he has this silver fork to the rook and the gold, because the rook has moved to 5h, so he didn't miss that chance. This kind of fork drop with the silver is called wariuchi in Japanese, which can be translated as maybe a chop drop or split drop, like that. But Nakahara didn't immediately drop this silver. He tried to make an in-between move of pawn drop to 8e, a joining pawn. And if Black takes it, maybe now white can drop his silver to here, and also has many options of attacking, like, you know, pawn drop to 8f, or knight leap over to 7c. Silver can advance later, or rook can take the pawn anytime. So actually Kato thought this was uncomfortable. He didn't want to allow his opponent to make the in-between move. So actually he moved the king over to 7i, running away from the attack, and also eliminating that silver drop from the board. Very good idea. So pawn takes 8f, and pawn drop to 8h. So 8th file is fine for now, but the king's room became much smaller. But you know, the material balance is good for Black, of course. Bishop in the silver trade, so we can't tell which is better here. Okay, but white now drops his silver to 5f this time. So Black takes it, pawn takes, rook takes, and pawn drop to 5d. But Black even goes ahead, pawn drop to 5e, White takes it, and silver goes ahead to 5e. So he's gonna break the 5th file, but then white activates his idle piece of silver to 7e. Very good move. Okay, black drops the bishop to 6a. Very good attack against the aggro castle. He can rip off this gold anytime, and also covering these squares, which allows him to harass his opponent's rook. Okay, but a very good pawn drop to 7g. Well, you know, black can't take with a knight. Another pawn drop, right? So, well, he took it with the gold. But gold dropped to 7f. So black has to drop a silver to protect these two squares at the same time. But white takes the gold, and you know, black can't take it with the silver. He has to protect these squares. So he has to now take it with the bishop, which allows white to advance his silver to 7f finally. But here, instead of moving the bishop here, black makes an interesting move. That was pawn to 6e, attacking the silver. Well, you know, white can now take the bishop, of course, and it seems better for white, even in this position. Taking with the silver will met by this bishop drop, attacking the rook and also threat mate. So black has to take with the knight, but maybe a very harsh gold drop. I'm not sure, but it's definitely good for white, yes. But Nakahara didn't take the bishop and even tried to make a better move. That was silver takes the pawn on 6e, going back, attacking the rook. Very interesting, you know. And black takes the pawn on 8f, but white's not gonna accept the rook trade. Pawn drop. Rook has to go to 4f, so white can now drop a pawn to 7f. So now he can attack the bishop with a pawn. So black has to run to 6h, and then gold drop to 5f. You see the rook is now dead. But Katou comes up with a very tricky pawn drop to 6f, and he lets white take the rook. But he can now recapture it with the bishop, making great influence along this diagonal, attacking the rook indirectly. Okay, now silver runs to 5f, but of course, yes, silver to 5d, a discovery attack on the rook. White calmly takes the silver and gives away the rook. So bishop takes the rook promote. But you see, black's king structure is awful. So maybe it's still better for white. Okay, he dropped a silver to 6g. Yeah, very good attack. Maybe it's not a threat mate, but black has to protect his king. So gold dropped to 6i. But rook dropped to 4i. Yeah, not a threat mate yet, but black has to defend. So here's a bottom pawn of 5i. White took the silver, king recaptures, and he made a very normal move of rook promotes to 4g. Okay, now it seems black's king is almost over, but the thing is, if we take a look at this position very carefully, black's king is barely okay. Interestingly enough, this king is not in a threat mate yet. So at this position, black Katou suddenly went for white's king. He could drop a rook too, but what he dropped was silver to 4a. Very good attack. You know, after that, gold is gone. This bishop on 4c makes great attack. And the thing is, you know, if the gold runs, you know, black can just clear off the pieces. And, you know, if king recaptures, well, you see, it's over starting from gold drop, right? Well, maybe white can run at this position or at this position maybe, but it's not so comfortable for white. So what Nakahara came up at this position was, this was very interesting too. Gold to 5c, going backward. Yeah, he defended this square, 4c square, which is very important in this position. And you know, black can't harass that gold by a pawn drop. You know why? Yeah, it's 2 pawns, be careful. So Katou dropped a rook to 7b, a threat mate. But yeah, now pawn drop to 5b is possible because of that gold move to 5c. However, Katou made his fatal move of bishop to 5b promote, which is a threat mate starting from Zero promotion. If king runs, black can clear off the pieces and then make this discovered check with the rook. So it's a threat mate, and black's king is not in threat mate yet. Okay, so white recaptured it with the gold, which puts black's king in a threat mate now, because starting from dragon check, king runs, and bishop check, even checking from here would work. It's really simple. So yeah, it's a threat mate on black's camp. Yeah, it's a very exciting situation. But the thing is, yeah, white king was in a forced mate now. Black took the gold with silver to 3b. And if the king takes it, it's a very simple checkmate starting from dragon check, gold drop, sacking the dragon here, and gold drop and gold drop. But it's not so easy because after this position, taking the silver, taking the gold with the silver, promote Nakahara played king to 1b. Yeah, but it was still a checkmate starting from gold drop to 2b. White takes, black recaptures, and Nakahara recaptures with the king. But then here finally, Katou made his last move. You know what the next move is? It's a mating move. Well, why don't you pause the video here and see if you can come up with the right move here. Okay, here we go. The move Katou made was silver drop to 3a, and here Nakahara resigned. Well, I guess some of you might thought the move was rook to 5b taking the gold, but well, it's not a mate. You see, gold drop. If you drop silver, takes it. If gold drop here, you don't have enough pieces, unfortunately. And this gold sack seems interesting, but still, it's not a mate. So, if black had taken that gold with the dragon, with the rook here, it wasn't a mate and white would have won. But yeah, Katou didn't do that. He dropped the correct move. Yeah, silver here. So let's see the following moves here. After king takes it, the next move. Well, another gold sacrifice on 3b, and white will take it. So what black has done was he tried to move his king over to 3b, one step to the side, and then look at this. You can take the gold now because it's a square gap dragon check. So it's a very simple checkmate, right? Yeah, so you have to learn this tactic of forcing the king to move to a square that is favorable for you. Yeah, very good silver drop. And even if the king runs to here, another gold sack on 3b, and he can't run. If he takes it, dragon check. Sorry, dragon check. And if he runs, yeah, maybe silver promotion. Yeah, it's a mate because all these squares are already covered. Be careful, this horse is here. So yeah, it's a mate. But the reason it has to be a silver, it won't be a mate if you drop a gold directly to 3b, because he won't take it. He can run and it's no mate. So that's why you have to drop a silver, because if the king runs, it's a mate, right? Yeah. So by this silver drop, Katou finally became a new Meijin after the greatest 10 games. Alright, so hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.